Act 3, Scene 1, a room in the castle. Enter King Claudius, Queen Gertrude, Polonius, and Ophelia.
And can you, by no drift of circumstance, get from him why he puts on this confusion, rating so harshly all his days of quiet with turbulent and dangerous lunacy? Sweet Gertrude, leave us too, for we have closely sent for Hamlet hither, that he, as 'twere by accident, may here affront Ophelia. Her father and myself will so bestow ourselves that we may of their encounter frankly judge if it be the affliction of his love or no that thus he suffers for.
I shall obey you, and for your part, Ophelia, I do wish that your good beauties be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness. So shall I hope your virtues will bring him to his wonted way again, to both your honors.
Madam, I wish it may.
Exit Queen Gertrude.
Ophelia, walk you here. Gracious, so please you. We will bestow ourselves.
To Ophelia.
Read on this book, that show of such an exercise may color your loneliness. 'Tis too much proved, that with devotion's visage and pious action we do sugar o'er the devil himself.
Oh, 'tis too true. How smart a lash that speech doth give my conscience. Oh, heavy burthen.
I hear him coming. Let's withdraw, my lord.
Exeunt King Claudius and Polonius. Enter Hamlet.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them. To die, to sleep, no more, and by sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For those who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, law's delay, the insolence of office and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin. Who would fart else bear, to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than to fly to others we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith and moment with this regard their currents turn awry, and lose the name of action. Soft you now, the fair Ophelia. Nymph, in thy orisons be all my sins remembered.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you, now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My honored lord, you know right well you did, and with them words of so sweet breath composed as made the things more rich, their perfume lost. Take these again, for to the noble mind rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
What means your lordship?
I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord. You made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, and with more offences at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do crawling between earth and heaven? We are errant knaves all, believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon them, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens!
If thou dost marry, I'll give thee this plague for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow. Thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery. Go. Farewell. Or, if thou wilt needs marry a fool, for wise men know well enough what monsters you make of him. To a nunnery go, and quickly too. Farewell.
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him!
I have heard of your paintings too, well enough. God has given you one face, and you make yourself another. You jig, you amble, and you lisp, and nickname God's creatures, and make your wantonness your ignorance. Go to. I'll know more on it. It hath made me mad. To a nunnery, go!
Exit Hamlet.
Oh, what a noble mind is here overthrown! Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I have seen, see what I see!
Re-enter King Claudius and Polonius.
Love? His affections do not that way tend, nor what he spake, though it lacked form a little, was not like madness. I have in quick determination thus set it down. He shall with speed to England, for the demand of our neglected tribute. Haply the seas and countries different shall expel this something settled matter in his heart. What think you on it?
It shall do well, but yet do I believe the origin of his grief sprung from neglected love. My lord, do as you please, but if you hold it fit, after the play, let his queen mother all alone entreat him to show his grief. Let her be round with him, and I'll be placed, so please you, in the ear of all their conference. If she find him not, to English send him, or confine him where your wisdom best shall think.
It shall be so. Madness in great ones must not unwatched go.
Exeunt.